Good, good. Tell me what he's saying. I hate to miss this.
Hi, Laura. Over to your right.
Hello.
Congratulations, Steve Futterman from CBS News. I want to ask you about this role in general that you won the award for. It's quite a in-your-face role. What was it like playing this particular person? Does it get all your tensions out of you? Do you become like after you do these lines, do you feel like totally free of any built-up tension?
Well, hopefully she helps any of us never want a divorce. It definitely did that for me. And, you know, mostly it's really such an homage to Noah. I have never read a more perfect screenplay in my life. And every moment is seamlessly directed within the page. The way I click my heels off was described on the page. Everything for all of us. It's just meticulous. It's like mastery playwriting. So as a cast, we know how incredibly lucky we are to be with that level of screenwriter and director. And to seemingly play the villain and then him give me like truly maybe the greatest monologue I've ever been able to say. And she's also right and will also win, and it's also ugly. It really speaks to the business of divorce, if you will. So I feel very privileged. Thanks.
Hey, Laura.
Hi.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Great performance, by the way. I'm
Thank
so
you.
obsessed with your movie.
Thank you.
I know you played a feisty a defending lawyer to Scarlett in the movie, but I wanted to know on a personal level, to you, how much of the storyline, being the divorce lawyer, how much of it is do you believe in your personal life?
Well, you know, in just one cast, which could have been a million different people, and one crew that could have been a million different people, we all felt personal about it. And so, you know, to my amazing divorced parents and my amazing step-parents and my amazing children, you know, who came from love despite an ending in a marriage, like we're so privileged to redefine what family looks like and to consider, you know, as Noah has said about the story when we first talked about it, he said, I want to tell a love story where endings are not failures. And that really moved me and struck me deeply. So there was no one that worked on this movie that hadn't had their family reconfigured, if you will. And so we all share that. It feels deeply personal to all of us, you know?
Laura, right here.
Hey.
Hi, congratulations.
Thank you.
You've had an incredible career. And I'm wondering, speaking of family, you've called Adam Driver your family too. So
I love him.
Yeah. So I'm
He's
wondering,
so amazing.
what piece of advice have you given him to take him through his career or to help him in any way?
I think it's probably him giving me advice. The first one that comes to mind is you have kept a prop or a costume from every movie you've done, right? I called my parents and I said, Adam Driver just said, have you kept a prop or a costume? My dad was like, I never did that. My mother was like, nobody ever told me to do that. And I realized that part of what we're teaching each other is to love the stories, you know, that we're privileged to be part of, that inspire us as actors, or as you said, you know, I call him family, as these families we get to rediscover, you know, by the storyteller that casts us or creates a family. And so he guides me a great deal and really has an effortless way about all of it, about this, about filmmaking, and yet is the hardest worker imaginable. So I don't know what I've offered him, except hopefully some really good laughs as we've been on the journey since our first film festival with this, let alone the filmmaking process.
Congratulations on your award tonight. And
Thank you.
I just double-checked, in 1982, you were Miss Golden Globe. And can you talk about what it's like? Do you have any memories from that night? And also, did you see, I'm sorry, I'm going to put a two-parter in.
Okay.
You were such an important part of the puppy episode in Ellen. And did you get to see her tonight? And lastly, Renata as a goddess.
Yay, thank you. I love Renata too. Thank you so much. I will just say that I have not seen Ellen tonight, but she was staring at me at one point in her speech, which really moved me, and I was crying because that was an incredible moment to be part of. One of the great moments of my life to be there in support of that moment with her. And what was the first one? And 1982. Yes, times have changed. I remember how simple it seemed with my grandma driving me up to the Hilton in her gray Toyota Corolla. And I changed in the bathroom, and I don't know, I feel like there were 8 of us here. So this is very glamorous, which is also very fun. But there was something very beautiful about knowing this community at such a young age and having my grandma with me and the amazing Marion Ruth, former Hollywood Foreign Press member, who was very loving to me as a young kid, kind of overwhelmed here. So I have, strong and lovely memories. Thank you.
Laura, congratulations. Angela Bishop from Network 10 Australia. How are you?
Thank you. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you too. You've had such an incredible year, and Marriage Story and your work in that is incredible, but I am going to do a little Renata moment. How many people are yelling out to you in the street, I will not be rich?
Almost daily. It is amazing. And it is amazing how diverse a group it is, including a very frustrated father of a teenage girl in a Forever 21 yesterday, who looked overwhelmed and tried to be hip for his daughter and screamed out the line to me. And she was so embarrassed, and I loved him for it. It made me so happy. And while I just have you here, because we had a beautiful time talking together, I'm sending all my love as I'm here with Nicole and my beloved friend Naomi Watts, and their families are very close to the fire, so I'm sending so much love, Australia, and pray with all our day jobs that we're also dedicating our lives to our environment and figuring out how we can save our home. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much.